JerseyMan93, and I'm bringing y'all a video on floaters. The reason why this video is necessary is because floaters are actually a lot more reliable than what people think. A lot of people just don't practice them. So let's get into it right now with Jalen Brunson and how we can break down the floater system in NBA 2K. So as you're seeing right now, we're going off a lot of different floaters and we're getting a lot of different animations. The reason why the animations differ is because the animation system or the animations are selected by your momentum before you go into a floater. So what that means is if you walk into a floater, you're going to get a slower animation. It's going to have a lot more arc on it, but you won't be carried towards the rim. So do a floater almost on the spot. Now, if you use a lot of turbo and you try going to your floater, you're going to get a quicker animation, but it's going to get carried towards the rim, and that can affect the shot contest on the floater. So that is a big factor that you have to go in there, you have to practice, and you have to get familiar with triggering the floater that you want. Now, the other thing about triggering a floater is where your body is in relation to the rim. So if you go directly towards the rim, no matter the distance, you'll trigger a floater. And I'm gonna have an example of that in a couple seconds here against the Hornets. But if you're going to the left or to the right just a little bit while still going to the rim, you're going to trigger some of these variety shots. The ones with the running hook, the one-legged Dirk type of stop and pop shot. That is a variety shot. But again, the distance doesn't matter. You just have to go directly towards the rim and you'll trigger a floater. Alright, so we know how to trigger the animation, we've practiced. Now the hard part is actually using it in the right situation. So let's look at the two situations that we want to use the floater in. The first one is the downhill situation. And as you're seeing right here with Jalen Brunson, he's going to float the basketball up and it's going to barely get over Mason Plumlee, who is much taller. But the key is this, pay attention to Mason Plumlee. I'm activating the floater as he's rotating towards me. If I activate the floater and he already rotated towards me, the floater isn't going to work. You have to do it very early. He wasn't even arm's length near Jalen Brunson. Now the second part is kind of this angled situation. Now this is something that you want to use when you kind of already have the defender beat and you can't really cut in, but you need to float the basketball up so that you can continue to carry your momentum that's giving you the advantage. I know that sounds pretty complicated, but that is something that you'll see a lot of players use once they get a step. The last part I really like is using it in a bump situation. If you go into a contact animation, you can trigger the floater, the bump floater, and that will take you directly to a floater. Now it will allow you to bump a defender and then go straight up. So here is the angle situation working. This is a more common situation that you'll see work online, and then the downhill situation as you saw right there, both online footages. The situations really doesn't matter. The key to making your floater is actually timing it. You have to time your floater. It's not like in the years past where you can just click down on the right stick and that basically the game will already make the shot for you. You gotta time, you gotta release at the top of your jump shot. But the downhill, again, is another example. This is before Kristaps really steps up and I'm able to get the basketball over. So the floater is very simple. All you have to do is practice it, get the timing down, and continue to get the feel for how you can trigger it, and you will be a dominant scoring guard like Jalen Brunson is. I'm JerseyMan93. If you guys missed my last New York Knicks, it might be a Knicks month. I dropped a Patrick Ewing video a couple weeks ago. Check that out. It's going to help get your post game out. If you haven't already, follow me on Twitter at JerseyMan93. If you have any type of rec or my team mixes that you have edited up and you're trying to get some exposure, please message me on Twitter so that we can kind of help each other out with this series that I have planned. Again, follow me on Twitter at JerseyMan93, and I'm out. Peace.